Thanks so much for joining in on today's Drawing for Youth video today. My name is Payton Cook and I teach the Drawing for Kids as well as the adult classes at the Ann Arbor District Library. This class is offered as a partnership between the Ann Arbor District Library and the Ann Arbor Art Center, which are both located downtown Ann Arbor. Today we are going to be drawing a really fun activity and we're going to be doing alliteration ice cream cones. So you will need a pencil and a paper for this project, and then you can really color it using whatever materials that you have at home, whether that's crayons, markers, colored pencils, or even a combination of both, or even paints. So here you can see my example, and with the alliteration idea, what that means, like if you're wondering what an alliteration is, alliteration means that you have the same first letter in several words. So you can see in my top scoop, I have almond, apple, allspice, and all three of those words start with an A. And my next one is triple Tabasco truffle. All three of those letters start with a T. So you'll need to be really creative here. Some of these flavors might not be super tasty, but at least they will have the alliteration aspect, which means that you'll have some really creative and funky flavors. So we're going to start by drawing out the cone. You can draw wide cones, tall cones, short cones, however you want to draw that, and then think about how many scoops of ice cream that you want to include on your cone. You might be able to fit 3, maybe even 4. I do recommend positioning your paper to be going up and down, like portrait style, rather than sideways. On my screen here, it's sideways, which makes it easier to do the video, but it was harder for me to be able to fit in multiple scoops of ice cream. I like drawing each of my scoops to be a little bit wider at the bottom of the scoop and then also just kind of bumpy to get that natural texture of ice cream. Now you can see I also am erasing the top line of my cone because my ice cream overlaps it. And the last time I checked, ice cream is not invisible. But if your ice cream scoop doesn't overlap your cone like mine, you don't have to do it that way. So when I first started drawing this, I honestly just thought of really random letters to start. So I started with A at the top, then T, then B, and then C. You can pick the letters of your name, you could pick your initials, or you could just go in alphabetical order and do A, B, C, D. However you want to do it is fine. Just make it really random so that it can be super fun, full of surprises. Okay, so now is the fun part where you get to come up with some really creative and unique flavors. So choose ones that are different from mine, but you can see here that I am brainstorming ideas. So I have almond, apple, and I'm coming up with different ones. I'm really indecisive of what I want to do. So I know I want apple, something. I chose an almond apple, chocolate carrot crunch, brownie batter banana, and triple Tabasco truffle. That sounds really gross. Tabasco is a kind of hot sauce, so very interesting here. But once you've come up with your flavors, you can start the coloring process of trying to figure out what in the world that these flavors would actually look like. So I did a chocolate base on this bottom scoop here with carrots, orange carrots, and a light brown color for the brownie batter banana with a more of a brownie flavored ice cream with banana chunks with also the brownie batter drizzle. And then I'm also shading in the waffle cone here at the bottom. I'm adding some shadows in the ice cream scoops as well as the cone. The triple Tabasco truffle is going to have a vanilla base, so kind of a lighter creamy color with brown round chocolate truffles with this orangey hot sauce swirl on top. And then the flavor on the top scoop is almond apple allspice, so it's going to have a spicy ice cream base with almond and apple slices. Again, it's good to add some shadows and highlights to make it really look more of a, even though we don't really maybe want it to be real, it can still look like a more natural looking ice cream. So enjoy this project, and I hope that you're able to tune in next week.